just did last night. Really?
Through Rula, it's easier to connect with a therapist who specializes in you. Tell us what's important.
All right, cool. Let rock out. I don't know why. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Sean P. Diddy Combs on July 2nd of 2025 finally found out his fate in that big old Rico. Some are calling a Frico against the feds in New York. Diddy on count one, which was the most important count for him to beat, that had a life sentence behind it. The Rico charge itself was found not guilty. On count two, in which Diddy was charged with sex trafficking against his former girlfriend, Cassie, Diddy was also found not guilty. Apparently in the courtroom, Diddy at that point is rubbing his eyes. He's starting to put his hands together. He's like, oh, I may sweep these boys on all 5 counts. But on count 3, Diddy was found guilty on transportation for the purpose of prostitution related to his former girlfriend, Cassie. On count 4, though, Diddy got another win. He was acquitted on sex trafficking. Remember, that's of Diddy's last girlfriend, known to the public, the Jane Doe. And then on count 5, Diddy was once again found guilty on transportation for the purpose of this Jane Doe as well. That, again, that last girlfriend. So essentially what the jury came back with is you transported Cassie and Jane Doe around the country with the intent of prostituting them. What the jury did also say in Diddy's favor is, we can't prove you used Bad Boy to be a racketeering. We cannot prove that you had intent on running your enterprise through a sex trafficking ring, and they also couldn't prove that this was even sex trafficking. I'm gonna assume because of so many conflicting stories and so many accounts where it seemed like Cassie, Jane Doe, and a multitude of other people around Diddy in his 30 years in entertainment at so many different spots were good with what Diddy was doing when it benefited them the most. That's why Diddy will soon be coming home. Now, on counts 3 and 5, the two bad boys that Diddy was found guilty on, which was transportation, there is no minimum mandate, which means if the judge wants to, Diddy could be a free man today. There was a lot of relief in the courtroom. Diddy even prayed in the courtroom. He said, I'm coming home. You know, he said thank you to the jury who by law was not able to give him any reaction at all. We heard the news of one juror essentially being hung, which delayed this verdict one more day. If you're Diddy, this is an absolutely huge win. He won. History will say Diddy technically was found guilty on 2 counts, but if you know, you know. History will also say Diddy went up against the Fed, looked at the charges that were presented against him. He hired 8 attorneys, bare minimum, and he beat the feds on the most serious charges that would have sent him away for the remainder of his life. And for everybody that has went against Diddy, I just want you to know the boogeyman is coming home. All right, he's not going to do most likely 10 years, which is what the maximum could be behind counts 3 or count 5. They're not going to do that to Diddy. The judge is not going to do that to Diddy unless he's just disrespectful of the court. There's a great chance he gets time served and comes home immediately, as he's been incarcerated for about a year's time. I want to say this. There was a late ad to Diddy's legal team, a gentleman by the name of Brian Steele. You're probably like, that name sounds very familiar. Well, just a few months prior, it was Brian Steele who was Young Thug's lead attorney. Remember, that was at the state level. Brian went against the state of Georgia and dethroned them. They had all these accusations against YSL and that big old Rico trial, and Brian was able to get his client essentially a very, very favorable plea deal. Brian believes he could have beat the state of Georgia up and down if Thug wanted to wait a couple more months. Brian was very satisfied with the results of his client in the state. Brian was a late add to Diddy's case. Brian still can now say, I went up against the feds and the result was the same. Yes, Diddy was found guilty of a couple charges of transportation for the purpose of prostitution, but all in all, it was another win for Brian Steele. In 1 calendar year, he has beat the state, and I will look at it historically speaking as he also beat the federal level. And it's all representing entertainers. If you are an entertainer, especially a musician with some clout and with some money, you are feeling entitled and beholden today. You feel like, bruh, I need to create a bank account that says Brian Steele money. I need to put that money to the side because if I get in some trouble, I need to hire this guy. He is going to find a way to help get me off. Diddy's lead attorney, Mark Anifilo, called for the judge to immediately release the mogul, but prosecution's like, hold on, bro. We want him to do the maximum time on these 2 found guilty charges where there is no bare minimum. I'm sorry, prosecution. You're not going to get your way. I'm going to assume Diddy's probably going to come home. And will Diddy once again try to be the entertainer, the salesman, the mogul that he had been for the better part of 30 years to the public? My guess is he will. Him and his team will get together, what's left of it at least. They'll get together and they'll come up with some plan to say sorry to the community. They'll come together and do a lot of nonprofit work. Will it work with the people? I don't know, because I do believe Diddy, if nothing else, he misguided the people. I know he wasn't a politician, but hell, for the better part of 30 years, he acted in a political way, in a political realm, as a salesman to the country, as a salesman to the culture specifically. He misguided and misused the trust of the people. And that Cassie video at least showed you that, and things that we heard in court showed you that, and you heard that. Does that mean he was running a Rico? Does that mean he was alone? No, my takeaway will be Diddy is probably a very bad dude. I ain't gonna lie to you, this is probably a very sick man. Some things I heard, my ears can't unhear, and I gotta live with that for the rest of my life. Probably a bad dude. You believe in karma, see what you can do with that. And Diddy, do I believe though he deserved to spend the rest of his life in prison based off the charges that were presented in this case, based off of the evidence that we all read for the better part of a month? I just didn't see a guilty verdict. I just didn't see it. I don't believe the court believed Cassie acted as a victim 100% of the time. Diddy probably made Cassie a very messed up person. But at the end of the day, some of that very messed up person showed in front of the jury, showed in front of the court, and they just didn't believe Diddy was alone in this. They just believed people were good with Diddy when Diddy was good to them. And that's why Diddy is most likely gonna come home really, really soon. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in the comment section. I want to know your thoughts on this one. This is wild. What are they saying? This is, whew. We could take the audio up out of it now. We good now. It's just me and you. We could take the video. I got the news out the way. I'm looking around in the comment section, seeing what people are saying. I'm all over the place. I'm on Facebook with it. Dreams Workman said Diddy's guilty. Brian Adams agreed with me that Brian Steele is a very bad dude. Sugar Boy, Dirk needs Steele. I think there's like a conflict there. I think I think if I'm not mistaken, like there's a conflict of interest there. To answer your question, Sugar Boy. Sugar Boy is a crazy name. Trevino Grace said, I'm all across the board. Let's be respectful of each other's time and energy in his lifetime, Trevino. Let's be a little more respectful. Don't you think I deserve that much? I had to get the news out first. Stacy said free R. Kelly too. Now, what the hell R. Kelly got to do with Diddy's case? I said this before because a lot of people kept trying to compare R. Kelly's case to Diddy's case. And what I kept telling people is, R. Kelly is illiterate. I'm not trying to make a joke here. R. Kelly is legitimately illiterate. And Diddy is not. Like, stop comparing two things. Like, does Diddy have a fan base as passionate as Robert Kelly does? No. But Diddy is a very resourceful man. For the better part of 30 years, has essentially been a salesman to the culture. So when I see people in the comment section, Salute who said that it's not like I'm trying to like crap on your take or nothing like that. You said free R. Kelly. Bro, first off, they got R. Kelly, who had a very subpar legal team, whose money is all over the place, by the way. He's saying he don't got it. Like, stop comparing R. Kelly and Diddy just because they're entertainers. They're humans, and Diddy is a guy that has got a lot of relations behind the scenes. And though a lot of them people didn't talk during this case, like, Diddy still got them folks in his back pocket. Like, don't sleep. Like, do not sleep on the power of Sean Combs. You see he just got out. What are other people saying here? I'm in the comments. I'm reading them. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, not Instagram. I'm on Twitch. Ronald said he's still a shitty person. I'm with you there, Ronald. I'm sure this dude is just getting off by a technicality. I was listening to Joe's podcast a few minutes ago, Joe Budden's podcast, and Mark Lamont Hill was like, he could have saw a world where Diddy was found guilty on the most serious charges, and even if he didn't do it per se, like if he wasn't running a Rico, his take was, and I'm stealing it a little bit here, his take was, yeah, you might have didn't do that, but for 30 years, like, you probably was wilding. So if you got found guilty on some stuff you didn't do, Lord knows all the stuff that you did do. Literally, only Lord knows. I'm on YouTube now. Appreciate the love, Curly. Nilsa Santiago said this is a disgrace to humanity. Yeah, you know, shout out to all my women supporters, man. You know, y'all know me. If y'all been following me for a little minute, y'all know I ain't never been good with men putting their hands on women. Like, y'all know I'm like the biggest leader house. I'm the leader house guy. Like me and my wife argue. Like, I ain't better than the argument. I be feeling like I be getting my rocks off in my argument. But if it get to the point where it's like, I mean, I'm much bigger than my wife, and like, I know I could do some harm to her. You know what I mean? Like, if being honest and transparent about the conversation, just leave the house, bro. Just leave the house. Just leave the house. Nothing good is gonna come from staying in that house. Go take a walk. Go take a drive. You know, I always been that type of guy, so I want to make sure we acknowledge all the women supporters and let them know, like, look, did I think the feds had enough to prove Diddy was guilty? Nah. But do I think that means Diddy is an innocent man, or am I condoning in any way men putting their hands on women? Absolutely not. Everybody know I ain't there. It has happened to many of men. Seen it in my life many a times, but nah, we can't be on that. Salute to everybody watching. Jay-Z was connected to both in some way. Diddy and R. I mean, they're famous, y'all. They're famous entertainers. Why is there so much need to put Jay-Z in the Diddy conversation or the R. Kelly? Like, why do people feel good about Jay-Z being found guilty of something? Like, people just want Jay to be found guilty of something. Like, is that the cost of just winning for so long? People get mad that you won so long that they just feel like you gotta to feel better about self. You gotta find a way to tear some. Like, I'm just trying to figure it out. Like there's no world where you got to where you at without really being a terrible person. I'm not saying Jay was a good person, bad. I don't know the man. I'm just saying, like, Harry says Diddy is just another black trying to come out of the streets, and he did so. Make sure you don't forget about that, Harry. Obviously, we can't forget about that. You know, like the thing I was telling Harry on the channel like a few months ago. I got a friend. I haven't talked to her in a minute. She works radio. She's on the radio for 1079. Her name's Myaja Simone. Very well-known personality. She's in Atlanta. I've been meaning to tell this story on cam. Myaja, right before the pandemic, so this is like 2019, was at one of Diddy's Revolt. At the time, I think it was called Revolt Festival. Now, and then lately it was called Revolt World. Myaja was in attendance for Diddy's Revolt Festival, and he was speaking. And she got the microphone and actually got a chance to ask Diddy a question. And she asked Diddy, she said she was like, what you got? Are you hiring? I'm the hardest worker in Atlanta. And she's a hustling MFer. And Diddy hired her on the spot. And the reason why I bring up that story, he literally hired her for Revolt on the spot. Now, I don't know what came of that relationship. Like, did she have a long-term deal with Revolt? I don't know. The reason why I bring it up, though, is, bro, how many black people on the spot can hire you? I'm not even just talking about entertainment. Look, I've been in a job cycle for nearly a year now. I've been telling y'all I've been chasing high-end corporate positions in entertainment. On the production side of things, like, part of, like, what I've been battling is, a lot of people that look like me can't hire. So I'm trying to get through pitfalls like this. We need Diddy to be right. We didn't need him to take advantage of the culture. And in my video, you heard me just say, like, Diddy misused and essentially, what is it? He took for granted the trust of the people. I'm reading all comments here. What are people saying? Maurice said, didn't say he was guilty. Just kidding. I got you. I got you. I'm not emotional about nothing, Maurice. If you know me, Maurice, I'm a passionate speaker, bro. Like, I'm not an emotional guy. Like, it's all good, Maurice. It's all love, bro. I'm good, bro. Like, don't take me too, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just talking. I talk with passion. My lady get mad at me all the time. Charles D. Lee Bay. If Diddy isn't sent to prison for a significant amount of time, he will be worse than before. He truly feels he's above consequences. God will get that ass, though. You're right. God always got the final say so. One of the reasons why, Charles, thank you for the comment and the love. One of the reasons why I don't be the quickest to judge when I see tragedy strike people. And, you know, I don't wish tragedy on no man, not even an enemy, an oppa in between. But one of the reasons why I don't do that is because you never know what karma somebody's getting in their life. And you know, I don't say, I'm not too quick to speak. I feel bad when things happen. I don't wish it, but like, you don't know what karma somebody's getting because of their actions in their lifetime. I believe in karma. Big party in Harlem as soon as Diddy is free. I got my free Diddy t-shirt. G man, you what's up, man? You all right? Why you got the free Diddy shirt? Like that's you. Where you go to get that free Diddy shirt? Shout out to my supporters. She loved Diddy for the money, so why only everyone talking only one because he's a man? Yeah, I think I already said, like, the Cassie part of it is interesting. All right, I got some comments on here on the YouTube side. What happened? Michael Mariano said, what happened to the no Diddy stand on it? Don't fake the funk now that Puff about to be free. Yeah, a lot of people. Yo, so Michael, like, I wasn't too, if y'all realize, I didn't really cover this case. I covered the first couple days of it. I didn't feel great about my coverage. I was like, man, look, I'm not finna, this is a federal case that happened in New York. And for those who don't know, there are no cameras in the courtroom. That's why you only saw sketches. You never saw real pictures of Diddy and images and videos of Diddy inside the courtroom because you can't, no audio, no nothing. For me, it was really tough to get a handle on this case by just reading text, right? I read everything. I was informed because I knew I was going to have to come on camera today at some point, whatever this day would be, and talk to y'all about it, right? But, like, we all sitting here reading the inner city press tweets, right? Like, I was a little uncomfortable. Covering this day by day when I'm not in New York City. I'm not in the courtroom. I couldn't get a game because, like, in life for me, like, I gotta read people. Like, if I can get around a man or around a woman and get a read on that person, I feel good. Because we didn't have video, audio with this Diddy case, it was tough to get a read on what was going on with, like, Cassie when she was on the stand. She was pregnant. I would have needed to see her emotional reaction in the courtroom. I would have needed to see Diddy. Like, yes, a lot of people said things about Diddy. I wasn't one of those people that doubled down. All I said was Diddy failed the black community, and I still stand on that. Like, even with him being most likely soon to be a free man, like, he still failed us. He still failed us. And what I mean by that is, you ever had a chick block the door or grab you while trying to go? 7 Mile, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, that's just, I mean, bro, yes. To make a long story less long, yes. I'm from Memphis. You know how to see? Never mind. Yeah, you gotta. I've had a chick. Shit. Yeah, my wife has done that. The block the door thing. I told her don't do that. We used to, in the argument, she would do the block the door thing, and to me, you put me in a very bad spot. We had to get some understanding about the block the door, because I'm with you. I see where you're going with this 7 Mile. Like, the block the door thing put you in a really rocky spot. Shout out God Almighty. Nah, we're going to show his comment. He a long-time supporter. Diddy got charged for stuff women go to Dubai for, a bag. That's nobody getting hired now. Diddy took notes who was there. God Almighty, man. Let's be clear. You just made a comment, and I want to emphasize what you just said. There are a lot of people that were loud about Diddy. Y'all know this petty dude is gonna get his get back, like, because, like, another thing, God Almighty, what you didn't mention, what I'll mention is a lot of these civil cases that Diddy was dealing with before this, you know, his trial got underway at the criminal level. A lot of those things got thrown out, right? And yes, Diddy, I'm sure, exhausted a lot of resources in this case, you know, on his lawyers, his legal team. Bills don't stop just because you're going through it on you legally and you're incarcerated. I'm sure Diddy spent a lot of money. But he's a very resourceful man. If you think that man ain't got some money put to the side where, like, there's going to be hell to pay for everybody that went against Diddy. All he's been doing is sitting watching. He's been sitting watching how the culture reacted to his demise and what appeared to be his downfall. You think he ain't going? He allegedly set a man's car on fire over a chick. Like, what are we talking about here? There's definitely going to be hell to pay. He's going to at least try it. Some say he should probably just sit down. He lucky to get out. Some say he just should leave it alone. They got it right, said Paul. The women openly participated in being pimped out. But seriously, verdict seems correct to me. Yeah, I kind of felt the same way, Paul. Like, it felt like if he was found guilty of nothing, like, that don't feel right. Right? Like, he was nasty. Like, I got to live with the cum nipple thing for the rest of my life. Like, that's insane to me. But you right, like, to put sex trafficking on this man, even though by the law, I guess technically you could say that's what it could have been, but like the coercion piece of it just didn't feel like coercion to me. Like, it felt like people were willing participants in this. Like the part about Cassie reaching back to Diddy after she had left, and was away from Diddy's house, and was like, yo, I like the one for the road freak off is insane to me. That's insane to me. That's insane to me, bro. The one for the road freak off, there was a part of this case where, when she was, understand, we found out that Cassie did reach back to Diddy after she was out of the house. I want to believe after she was with her, or maybe dating the new guy that she's with now, her child's father, might be her husband, right? Like the one for the road freak off, reaching back to Diddy for the one for, like, that's complicity, bro. That's complicit. How do you leave without domestic violence? Meek Mill said, no, Diddy. Yo, 7 Mile. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in your life, big dog. But yo, you all right, man? Like, you good? Talk to me. Hit me in my DMs if you want to talk, bro, on like a personal level. Maurice, Diddy went against the grain. They didn't like it. They tried to make an example out of him to look bad. Everyone knew what he was doing because they were all a part of it. Been going on since the Playboy days. You probably right, Maurice. You probably right. Like, everybody knew it, right? And you know what's been so nasty? And God bless the brother. I ain't gonna even say his name, but Diddy's former security has went on an art of dialogue spree. What are we at, like Interview Ted? I've watched some of them because it's compelling stuff. Like, people like him, like, he has literally dedicated, he's pretty much like, he's built a brand over the last year on as essentially a reaction to Diddy's legal woes. His brand was built off the back of Diddy going to jail. Nicole Sutton Arrington, thank you for the love. I didn't hear that part of her reaching back when she got with her. Yeah, that's a real thing. I'm not making that up, Nicole. That's why I don't like live streaming, Nicole, because I'm a facts dude. You know what I mean? I'm by the information. Nicole, I'm not making that up. I may be a little off with a smidgen of the details here or there, which I really don't like being off at all. No, Nicole, she reached back. That's a real thing that I'm not making up. Like, that's insane to me. That's insane to me. You know what I mean? Like, that's Harry was like, all good because Diddy's coming home soon. He's for sure coming home soon. I was saying Meek was supposed to be his friend, and he out here saying no Diddy. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, 7 Mile. Yeah. Yeah, like, I think Meek just got caught up in it because, like, no Diddy was wild, though. Like people were saying no Diddy. Like, I want to see y'all stand on that now. I want to see who gonna say no Diddy now. I want to see somebody in an interview out in public. I want to hear a no Diddy drop. Ain't nobody gonna say no Diddy no more. We back to pause. We are back to pause. The culture's back. I want to see you say it now with the boogeyman about to be free. We are back to pause, ladies and gentlemen. I think no Diddy is retired. You ain't gonna never hear somebody say no Diddy again publicly. Maybe 50 Cent. Maybe 50 Cent. Somebody check. Speaking of 50, D. Lee Snipe said, somebody check on 50 Cent. You know the crazy thing about this is, D? I don't know 50. I don't think he cared. There's a part of me, D, that believes, because he was trolling Diddy for years, right? A part of me believes 50 never cared if Diddy went to jail or not, right? Like, part of me believes for 50, he's going to still troll. Part of me believes 50's a little happier today that Diddy ain't going to be incarcerated for the rest of his life. Because what fun is that? Like Diddy is content to 50. 50's running a network. It ain't going to stop him from these freaking AI posts that he keeps making on social media. So, like, part of me is like 50's probably, he definitely tried to do Diddy in. Pause. You see, I ain't say no Diddy because I'm scared. But I don't think he's, like, sad that Diddy's going to be a free man soon. Now, I wasn't saying, Nicole, I wasn't saying I wasn't saying that that you were saying I wasn't stating the fact. I was saying I think, right? I was just trying to say I think. My bad, y'all. I'm a very passionate speaker. Y'all can, I don't want y'all thinking I'm aggressively speaking at y'all. And if it does come across as aggressive, I apologize. I'm never chastising the people that support me, y'all. My bad if my tone is a little. My wife be on me all the time about my tone not being right. She say my tone is just naturally aggressive, y'all. I'm a loud boy from Memphis, y'all, and mix in, I'm a broadcaster as well. Like if I don't talk loudly, my Memphis will come out. Like, I got a heavy Memphis accent, right? And I worked hard to get rid of it because of broadcast. It just didn't sound professional a lot of the times. If I don't talk loud, it's just gonna be, what's up, man? What up, we at, man? Like, it's just gonna come out of me naturally, and I gotta fight that because it ain't the best brand on camera. But what the culture made on Diddy never good, says Harry. 50 was already planning on how to handle the shit, bro. Also, that was crazy that 50's child's mother was mixed in to a lot of this. Like, that part of it is crazy. Like, that part of it is crazy. Oh, I didn't mean to delete that. Where we at with it? Yeah, like that. 50 Cent is like a real one. Doesn't do forced love, and he's an actor. 50 went crazy on Vivica Fox. He's had his, I don't know nothing about, I don't know. Like for me, Maurice, I keep it in what was legal, what was found guilty or not. And, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, excuse me, I hear you, but I don't know, man. Like, what do you want me to start judging? If I play it by, here's the thing with me and domestic violence, right? Be careful with my words here. I think any man or woman, I guess for a lack of a better, definitely men know. I think we all know how easy it is to, like, have a bad day. And when you know how easy it is, you're not as judgmental. Now, on the other side of that, for me, I'm still zero tolerance for it. But you know how easy it is to go that down that path. So you're saluting the people that ain't on that type of time. Is that making sense? Like, I wish do you think he'll get time served, probation, or some years? Richard Perez, thank you so much for the love. What I think is most likely he'll get time served, right? I think a year. He's been incarcerated for about 9-10 months now. So I think a year will be at most a year, right? I don't think he's going to do much more time than that. I think any day now. I think his legal team, he's got 8 attorneys for a reason, not a season. I think they're going to send over, I know the letter's already been submitted as a matter of fact, but I think they're going to push the judge to say, hey, because because there's no minimum mandate for this stuff, right? Like for charges, he got found guilty. Diddy got found guilty of count 3 and 5. There's no minimum mandate. If you're just tuning in, I went through and read like a lot of this stuff. Like Diddy's been found not guilty. I guess I should catch up a little bit. I'll read a little bit of what I did in my video a few seconds ago. So Diddy was found not guilty on count 1, which was the Rico charge. Diddy was found not guilty on the sex trafficking charge for Cassie. That was count 2. Was found guilty on count 3, which was the transportation for the purpose of prostitution related to Cassie. Was found not guilty on sex trafficking of count 4 with Jane Doe. So there was 2 main key witnesses in this case, Cassie and Jane Doe. They both testified. Jane Doe was Diddy's last girlfriend. She's not by name, but we believe her to be 50 Cent's baby mother for those who follow in the case. And then on count 5, the transportation of prostitution, Diddy was found guilty on that one for Jane Doe as well. So essentially for Jane Doe and Cassie, Diddy was found guilty on just transporting them. And the difference of my understanding, because this stuff is very confusing, is yes, we can prove that Diddy had every intent on using Cassie and Jane Doe around the country to be a part of some very freaky nights, right? But what we cannot prove is that he essentially flew these women across the country and coerced them to have sex with himself or other people for money. And we can't prove that he made them do these things and held them essentially against their will, right? So that's the basis of it. And then on the Rico, which was count 1, the most important one, if Diddy was found guilty of charge 1, it was all over, y'all. He was going to jail for the rest of his life. Essentially what happened in the Rico was they couldn't prove that this man used Bad Boy as an enterprise to run his freak off ring. That's it. So I think time served though. I think time served was is what this gonna end up being, y'all. That's like kind of like my initial thoughts. I predicted. I don't know what you're saying. I'm from West Tennessee, so I feel you on speaking aggressive. Yeah, Maurice, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. My wife be mad. Like I be just talking. Like she'd be like, "Yo, bruh, you loud. Like you feel like you yelling at me." And really, like nobody ever responds well to yelling. Kareem said, "Hey, this is my first time ever catching you live. Keep up the good work." You want to know why this is your first time, Kareem, catching me live? Thank you so much for the support. This is only my second day doing it. I did it last night as a test run with some NBA. I was talking about NBA free agency last night. I did it today because I knew I tested it last night because I knew most likely there was going to be I knew the jury was going to come back with a decision today, right? Because they were going to get done with this by the 4th of July. So, I mean, today's Wednesday, right? All you had was today and tomorrow to get this done. We knew the verdict was coming in before the 4th of July because the jury had been a part of this case for long enough. And the judge said, hey, we want this done by the holidays. So thank you so much for the love. Kareem, I'm going to be doing a lot more live streams. Yo, if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or wherever, on Twitch, yo, I just started a Twitch channel. What I love about Twitch, for all my supporters out there, is Twitch allows for me to play some clips that I want to play. There are going to be days where I do exclusive Twitch live streams where we play some music, more music, have some fun on the platform. I'm going to be playing some video games this summer, like 2K. I'm going to get NCAA next week. So if y'all can, really quickly, like, I'm going to put it in the comment section, head over to Twitch and subscribe to my channel. It's Mr. Taliaferro, y'all. That's my, if y'all could do that for me, I just started. I got 63 followers on there. I literally just started. I have hundreds of thousands on Facebook and YouTube. If you could go to Twitch right now and run me up to 100 followers, if you have a Twitch, that would be greatly appreciated. Like right now, if you can go over to Twitch and just subscribe, just follow the page. That's all I'm asking. Just follow the page. More will be on the way. I would sincerely appreciate you right now. If you go over to Twitch right now and just say, hey, I'm going to tap in with my boy whenever he goes live on Twitch exclusively. Twitch, it's Mr. Taliaferro. I just dropped it in the YouTube comment section, the Facebook comment section. Twitch is Mr. Taliaferro. I'm at 63 followers. I just made the page. So I'm already off to a great start. I want to get to 100 ASAP. So if y'all could go over to Twitch really, really quickly and subscribe, I appreciate the love. Who else we Darren said, what up, brother? I appreciate you. What's up, Darren? How you feeling, man? How you living, bro? What's going on? Talk to me, Darren. Where you coming in from? Talk to me. Where you from, bro? D. Lee Springs is reporting that the prosecution is pushing for him to be sentenced for the minimum of 63. So, D, there is no minimum, right? There's only a maximum in what he was found guilty of. There is no minimum. That I can tell you for a fact. There is no minimum, right? For those 2 counts. And the prosecution is going to push for that. That's their job. They just got their asses whooped, bro. You know what I mean? They just got their ass whooped. They're going to push for the minimum. I mean, the maximum, excuse me. They're going to push for the maximum. But there is no minimum on those 2 counts. They just got their ass whooped. Yeah, they're going to push for it. But from I'm no legal expert. I followed a lot of cases in my very young life. Everything I've read believes me to be, has me to believe that the judge is going to be lenient with Diddy. Assuming he don't go do nothing crazy, right? Like he don't get on social media and say, I told you, Mom, I was going to beat this. With his money, y'all got to understand, like, one of the things that made this case so crazy was the attorneys knew each other behind the scenes. Like, there's so much legal, like, conflicts in this case. Like, I think the lead prosecutor is intertwined with the judge. Like, there was so much stuff in this. Like, be clear, Diddy's team has won what they needed to win, and now there's going to be a quick convo with the attorneys and the judge behind the scenes. We'll never hear about it, and they're going to say, all right, let's do it like this. Let's show face so the prosecution doesn't look abysmal. We don't want entertainers thinking they can go against the Fed and their 98% conviction rate and leave without, serious consequences, right? If they do wrong, which we believe Diddy probably did a lot of wrong in his life. Be clear, like, Diddy ain't doing those 63 months behind nobody's prison. Like, he ain't doing, for sure he'll be out by the end of this year. I think he may get time served. He'll be home soon. Will he be home by the 4th of July? No. But will he be home by Labor Day for an all-white part? I'm playing. Will he be home by Labor Day, though? I think probably. He won't be eating turkey from behind them walls. He gonna be in a Halloween costume, y'all. He gonna be in another one of those Joker-like Halloween costumes. Now, he don't need to be on camera, but he gonna be in a Halloween costume. For sure. Take care, bro. You did well. Hey, Harry, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate you. Kareem, I appreciate you again. Everybody, I'm so thankful for y'all love and support. Hey, if y'all really rock with me, drop some stars on Facebook, YouTube. We can do the super chat thing. I appreciate that. That's love. Sherlock Holmes, man, you my guy, dog. Long time supporter. Sherlock Holmes, I'm gonna do something for you one of these days. And I don't just say stuff to say it. You mark my words. Diddy's going back to this on the streets. So be prepared for the baby oil shortages all across America. Babe, by the way, we would have to check that stock of baby oil. What's the biggest baby oil company in our country? What's the one that he liked? I forgot. He liked the Costco baby oil. What was the brand he liked? I forgot which. He was a Johnson & Johnson guy, wasn't he? Listen, I'm not going to make too many jokes. He'll be home soon. I can't 1 minute say he's going to be home. I ain't going to make too many jokes now. All right, let's be clear. Johnson & Johnson stock is going to be through. Are they a publicly traded company? Johnson & Johnson. I think them Johnson & Johnson stocks, if there are some out there, I would invest. Nah, for real though, Diddy ain't going to move like that publicly no more. Like, he ain't going to move that loose no more. You would have to believe he's been humbled, right? Y'all think he's been humbled? I would have to believe Diddy's been humbled. Let's not forget these folks raided this man's crib. Let's not get crazy here. Like, he probably ain't been told no in 25 years and had to live with the no. No, you're not going to have the phone privilege today. You can sneak and do it. But no, you ain't going to get another call. No, you ain't going to be able to fight this from outside of them walls. Like, you're going to sit down until your trial. no. You know what I mean? Like, billionaires don't get told no. And I know Diddy is like around the billionaire stratosphere, right? And I'd argue he's more networked than some billionaires. Like, I'm sure he's been humbled. Hopefully to the point where he feels like he got a second chance. He slid out of that case. Hilarious. What we got going on here? Kareem just sent 99 stars. I'm so appreciative of your love, Kareem. Don't start nothing. It won't be nothing, Kareem. Now I'm playing. Y'all can start something. Y'all can start. It's going to be a diet freak-offs from now on. Diet freak-offs is Brandon Thorpe said there's going to be diet freak-offs. We can't get it off like the full. You ever went to like a restaurant or you got a quick meal and you got accidentally they gave you the diet drink and you wanted the real deal Holyfield. If you're going to get a drink, you want the real deal Holyfield. And you tasted that drink and you was like, something off. Maybe the machine is. Then you sip it again because you greedy. And then you finally realize, oh, they gave me the diet, like the diet version of it. My guy Brandon is saying, yeah, he's got to. Diddy might still partake in some freakiness, but he going to have to tone it down a lot. All right, go grab Young Miami and go get lost. Nobody told him no. Nobody told him no. Johnson & Johnson. They already, what's up, man? What you say, Dante? They said facts to Dante. What did he say? Man, I appreciate y'all. These followers are coming in on Twitch, y'all. If you have a Twitch, follow me over there. I literally just made that bad boy. Bro, people are literally following me on Twitch right now. I'm so appreciative of y'all love. I literally just started the channel. Like, I had it, but I never did nothing with it. And I literally just started it. I'm live over there right now. So if you have a Twitch, literally run my Twitch up. Run my Twitch up right now. itsmrtaliaferro. Here, I got to get the link in there. If somebody could copy that link in there, I'll paste it. I'll pin it, excuse me. I'll pin it real quick because I'm trying not to. Diet freak off is hilarious. It's going to be a turkey bacon version of the hilarious. A turkey bacon version of the freak offs? A turkey bacon. Paul, you just made a good point, though. They had no choice to rule him not guilty on that Rico of minimum evidence, but I'm not surprised at all, said Paul. Dude, not a good man, but not overly charging, but you can't overly charge him. I think, Paul, I think that'll be the takeaway, right? I think, if anything, the feds need to kind of look in the mirror at their own arrogance, right? The feds are so used to people being afraid of their resources and their power and, hey, the amount of years that you could throw at somebody. They're so used to people saying, I'm going to back down and just take a plea. It is quite the, I'm sure, by the way, we talking about Diddy being a humble dude coming out of all this. There's got to be some people on the federal side of things that have to feel like they're humbled. You're right, Brandon, Paul, I'm sorry. They 1,000% overcharged Diddy. Like, I think a lot of us was like, yeah, bro, freaky. He freaky. Like, he freaky. Like, he freaky, dicky freaky. Like, he freaky. Like, I think a lot of, like, no comment. What I would say is, yes, I think a lot of us read Rico. A lot of us was like, yeah, that don't sound right. Like, y'all just loosely use the word Rico on anything nowadays. Like, that ain't the right charge for this. Had they brought it down a little bit and brought in more charges that would have led to less maximum sentences, right? Instead of leading with a Rico, because if you had Diddy been found guilty of it, it would have been life. Had you just humbled yourself a little bit and maybe brought the charges down, maybe had like 8 or 9 charges instead of the 5, 6 charges that we originally had, and remove Rico from it, maybe they would have had a better day today. You know what I mean? Maybe if you chase different things instead of chasing the Cassie angle so heavily, maybe you would have had a better day today in court. You know? Somebody said, Anthony Walker said, free Diddy. a turkey bacon version of is insane. I can't believe y'all running with the diet version of freak offs. Think everyone is going to stay away, said Danny. Man, we about to see people coming out of with the wheel work supporting Diddy today. Where DJ Khaled been, Danny? Where has Khaled been? Where has DJ Khaled been for the last year? Where has Khaled been? I'm asking you a question. Where has French Montana been? Where have they been? Where's Jay been? I ain't gonna lie. We ain't got a Jay record, and you know for a fact Jay wasn't dropping music while look, his team can say they went close if they want to. There have been some high-profile people, and y'all know I don't support people throwing it on Jay. Y'all know I love Jay. He's one of my GOATs. But the reality is, where have these people been? Where have these people been the last calendar year? No, nothing. They won't say nothing. Nothing. I got a feeling people that rock with Diddy and maybe been showing him love behind the scenes, it's about to be loud. So I think Diddy may need to be quiet. His people, though, it's going to be a loud day in social media. I already saw Boosie. I'm going to do a video once we get out of here of Boosie explaining his thankfulness that Diddy was freed. And 50 Cent's reaction is coming as well. We ain't heard, bro, there was a point where Khaled was on social media every day. Like, he still posts, but where have they been, though? You know, very minimal interaction with the press. Not even dropping projects because they don't want to talk. Like, the thing with Khaled is when he dropped music, he wants a #1 album, right? Khaled can't get a #1 album without communicating. And let's not forget that last project fell #2 to Tyler, the Creator. Remember that. Khaled ain't like that one bit. Like, you know Khaled is going to try to shoot for a #1. I think he's got some huge contract clauses and incentives to go #1. If Khaled's dropping an album, it's a whole interview run, right? He couldn't talk. He wasn't going to get asked him questions like, yo, what do you know? You was around him. You always bragged about being with him in Miami and Florida, in those beautiful island-based estates that y'all got. Now Khaled can say, well, the legal situation played out and my brother was innocent. The court showed y'all he can hide behind that all day. You deserve it, bro. I've been watching your content since that first interview with Rick Ross. Speaking of Ross, what do you think of the non-public support for Diddy from some of the people he's been linked closest to? D. Lee, thank you so much. That means you're a long-time supporter, D. Lee. Thank you so much for the love, brother. Ross probably was one of the people that I'm speaking about right now, right? Like, Ross ain't been quiet. I think Ross played it pretty well. Like, Ross didn't hide. He has also not dropped a project since all of this has happened as well. Like, since Diddy's been on trial, right? Or like since Diddy is I don't know if Ross has dropped a project since Diddy has been incarcerated, actually. Like, I don't think Ross has been hiding per se from the public. Remember, he's had the feud with Drake. He's been doing car shows. Just had a car show recently. Like, he ain't just been hiding. I don't think the public associate, like, Ross 1,000% is close with Diddy, but for some odd reason, Ross doesn't get associated with Diddy as much as Ross gets associated with his former artists like Meek Mill, right? Like Ross kind of was able to like just kind of be hiding in thin air. And I love Ross. You obviously referenced, I got probably the biggest moment of my career to this day, like from an interview perspective, was that co-sign Ross gave me. I got love Ross. I've seen Ross a few times at events, right? And over the years, like, and he always shows me love, by the way. I always never forgets my interview with him. I literally just saw a girl that helped put that together, or talked to a girl that helped put that play together. My interview with Ross the other day, we were talking about that. He used to work media for him at Wingstop. I think Ross is one of those dudes that kind of could say, you know, my guy's free. My guy took it to trial, and he won. Diddy and Thug free in the same. They'll be at that funnel. It's nothing personal. It's their career. Diddy understands. Right. It's the music business, bro. Right. It's just bad business. Like, that video made it so you couldn't stand next to him, bro. That video is insane. Like, let's not forget that. That video is insane. And Diddy, it was so bad. In opening statements, Diddy's legal team was like, look, we get it. That video is crazy. You know, I'm summarizing here. But this ain't a domestic violence case, right? Like Diddy's legal team was like, yo, that video's insane. These were two lovers. That's how they tried to flip it, right? Like, these were two passionate lovers. Man, I never do this update. My God, I don't want to mispronounce your name. Quamir. He said, Mr. Taliaferro, update me 2 to 5. What's going to be the verdict? So 2 to 5, right? So, yes, you got it. So he was found guilty on charges 3 and 5. And shout out to my guy, Quamir. There's no minimum for these charges. There's a maximum, I believe, of 10 years behind these charges. He ain't doing 10 years for. So my guy Quamir, if you're just now tapping in, what happened was Diddy was acquitted on Rico, acquitted on sex trafficking with both DeJane Doe and Cassie. He was found guilty though of transportation for the purpose of prostitution for the Jane Doe and Cassie. That is the best outcome Diddy could have had if he were to be found guilty of anything, right? If the best outcome, period, would have been not guilty on everything, clean sweep. But if there were a world where Diddy had to be found guilty of something, right? Multiple charges of something, the best outcome was what happened. We can prove that y'all was freaky all around. But we can't say you coerced these women with your money and your success. And that's kind of what happened. He ain't free Diddy, bro. Where you been, man? Man, Doe, they done shadow ban me in a lot of ways. And now, Doe, I've realized that I got to start doing live streams, right? I got to start doing live. So once I start doing more live streams, and I'm for real this time, y'all. I know I've said that a couple times over the years and not stuck to it. I'm for real this time. If you don't do live streams, you're not going to be in the algorithm. It's just that simple. So, Doe, I ain't going nowhere, bro. I'm going to work my numbers back up. All I need to do is keep live streaming, work the numbers back up, and we'll be good. All I got to do is wake up my audience that I've already built. My audience is there. I just got to wake them up and get back in the algorithm. That's what's up, Doe. That's what's up with me. It's going to be the turkey bacon version. I already read that. People I figure, no way they ain't your friends. That YN that lied about being a ball player, hilarious. What's the update? The YN that lied about being a... Wait, what are you referencing, Sherlock? What are you referencing? You can go live. You can go live on the YouTube wall. It puts you in a different algorithm. Equals new subs. Bro, they are literally following me on Twitch. That's crazy, y'all. Man, I thank y'all so much. The Twitch follows are coming in. I appreciate that. For real. Follow me on Twitch at itsmrtaliaferro. I'm going to do some exclusive live streams. Hold on. That's a ding. Kareem with another 500 stars. Kareem. What you doing, Kareem? Thank you so much for the love, bro. Thank you so much. Do you think he will be granted bail not today? Man, Richard, if you was reading like here's my read on the judge, right? The judge was like, bro, let's get this done before the holidays, right? The judge was like, bro, we going home for the 4th. Like, I got plans. I got barbecue on my mind. I don't think it'll be that soon. But once everybody come back from the holidays, I think there's gonna be some conversations to be had. I just said a few minutes ago, Richard, if like Labor Day probably is there could be a little small all-white party being planned for Labor Day at the Diddy estate. Put it like that. I wouldn't be surprised if the Labor Day festivities are getting started. When they do that all-white party and when is that all-white party at Michael Rubin? Is that the 4th of July? Diddy won't be able to make when is that Michael Rubin all-white party, somebody? He ain't going to be able to make that one. He probably shouldn't. Kareem, I appreciate that love again, bro. I really appreciate you, bro. Sincerely. Yo, if y'all want to support me over on the Facebook or YouTube side, YouTube, you can always cop a supporter badge. There's going to be more live streams. And Facebook, you can cop a supporter badge as well. YouTube, you can subscribe to me for exclusive content and just supporting me. And Facebook, if you wanted to, for like $3.99 or something along the lines of that, you could cop a supporter badge. Essentially, you're just investing in me and my content. That's it. I'm not even gonna lie. It's like, I'll give you a couple extra videos, some access, some badges, like some emotes, but it'll be you saying, yo, I appreciate what my boy do. That's a way of supporting. No pressure, no pressure, no pressure. But I appreciate all the love, all right? Man, we have been going. I've been at it for what, at least an hour? I've been at it at an hour on the dot. I think this is a good place to say, all right, we did it. All right. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. Again, if you have not done so, make sure you tap into my Twitch. I'm live streaming this video on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and I'm going to start doing it on TikTok as well. I got a TikTok. I got some followers on TikTok too, so tap in with me on all platforms. At itsmrtaliaferro. If you're watching this on replay, you can still support. Go take your butt over there to Twitch. Follow me at itsmrtaliaferro. If you got a Twitch, it's the wave, y'all. It's the new live streaming hub. It's been around for a while, but it's really ticking now for just chatting. Thank you. Tap in with me on Twitch at itsmrtaliaferro. Thank y'all so much for the love and support. Please continue to drop your comments in response to Diddy being found guilty on just 2 of the 5 charges that he was facing. He avoids the Rico. He avoids the sex trafficking with Jane Doe and Cassie. And I'm of the mindset that he will be a free man really, really soon. Time, love, and support is how I end all of my videos. I thank you for it. It's what I never will take for granted. Salute. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm Mr. Taliaferro. Oh, hold on. Before we get up out of here now, I heard a ding again. I appreciate you so much. Appreciate you. Shout out to Kareem, man. This is the Kareem stream. That's what we calling this bad boy, the Kareem stream. Thank you so much, Kareem, and thank you to everybody for just tapping in. If you didn't have no stars to give, your presence was appreciated. But for Kareem, we gonna shout that brother out personally. All right, for the love and support. I'll be back really, really soon. More live streams on the way. Thank you so much, Maurice. I appreciate the love. I see you, King. I'm out.